Hello, Nicodemus.
How are we doing, Francesca?
I'm great.
It's good to hear. I'm doing awesome as well.
We have the whole day off.
I love a whole day off. It's like the world is my oyster.
I know. I like that our days off aren't typically on weekends.
Yeah.
I feel like they feel more free.
Uh-huh.
They're not pressure. I feel like when I worked 9 to 5, it was like Friday nights I'd be tired. And then like Saturday you're out all day. And then Sunday's recovery day. And then you're like, when am I doing laundry and grocery shopping?
Right. Yeah. When do I go to the bank?
Yeah.
Are banks even open on the weekends?
Well, okay. Yes. In other places, Nick. So like we have this skewed thing because in the mountains, nothing's ever open. Everything's hard.
Right.
Like our banks close at 3 p.m. It's not normal. They open at like noon.
I know. They do.
It's like, you guys, they just like don't have to work normal hours. I don't know why.
I know they're open from like Monday through Friday, like 12 to 4.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
maybe.
I'm very busy during those hours.
Yeah. But no, I like having like, that's one thing about like not working like typical jobs.
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know, like your days off are more like your oyster and there's no pressure.
Mm-hmm. What did we do today?
We just got up. We walked in the tundra, which it's not normal. And also, unless you live up here, that like Nick was like, let's take a nice stroll. It's like 10. I don't even know how many degrees it is.
It's kind of a blizzard right now.
It was negative 10 yesterday. It's 15 right now.
Okay, that's not bad. I was kind of cold though. We both right before we walked into this coffee shop, my ears were throbbing so bad and went numb. And then you go, I can't feel my ears. I was like, yeah, me neither.
But it was nice. It woke us up.
Yeah.
We got coffee, chatted. We're going on like we did accidentally like plan ourselves an extravaganza today.
We did.
We are going down to Denver. We're gonna tour a couple of the Carboy wineries.
Fun.
So yeah, we planned a day.
Yeah, and I'm very excited. That's why we had to wake up. I took a shower immediately, which I never do. And I took a shower, and then we went and got coffee because we have such a big day. And that is what we're drinking right now. But we're also kind of been drinking this fucking hot sauce that we bought.
You guys, am I late to the train? Have you guys had the Truff hot sauce?
It's so good.
No, it's like, okay, so we do this thing, like me and Nick finally have money again. And so he was like, Francesca, like we can go to Whole Foods. He's like, but you have to calm down because I black out at Whole Foods.
Black out.
I go manic. And he was like, under 400. We're keeping it under 400. And I was like, Nick.
Oh, $400.
So then, of course, I pick up this hot sauce. He's like, Francesca, the hot sauce is $15. Do you need it? And I was like, but Nick, it's like really pretty.
It is.
The bottle's gorgeous. But now, like, we have an addiction. We might as well be drinking it. That's what we're drinking this week.
This is not a paid sponsorship, but I fucking will pay them. And we
we
do, I guess.
To be sponsored by them.
Yeah.
No, we had brunch the other day at the house.
And people were like, ooh, what's this hot sauce? It was like the hit of the brunch.
It was the centerpiece. It was the topic of conversation.
It really was.
But it's black truffle infused hot sauce.
And
it's worth it. Their Instagram's actually just @sauce.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
God, they're good.
I know.
Wait, we need that handle.
Yeah. It goes along. The sauce with the saucy Sibz.
Yeah, we're literally drinking hot sauce.
We'll just drink it every week. Every week we have a beverage and it's like, no, we exclusively drink truffle hot sauce now. That's how we keep ourselves so spicy.
Why? Nick, how come every time I see you and your sister, you're just like super red in the face and sweating? It's like, oh, we've replaced our morning coffee with fucking truffle hot sauce.
Honestly, that's just our new diet plan. Wow, you guys you're kind of glowing, but are you like sweating?
Just a little
it seems
bit of
like
sweat.
you like lost weight.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I just exclusively drink hot sauce
Truffle hot sauce
in the morning.
We made nachos with it the other day.
You guys.
We
had like these organic corn tortilla chips. Then I had some raw goat's milk, like cheddar, which I grated on top and then put the truffle hot sauce.
Those were a hit too. Maybe
because
it was also 3 a.m. and we've been drinking, but
yeah,
but they were really
I made
good.
them for the boys. We went out and I was like, this is what I have because these are of course normal ingredients that people have at their house. I was like, but I can make nachos.
I have goat milk. I have truffle hot sauce. You know how people say like there's certain foods I really like fish, and people will be like, I don't like fish, and I don't understand how they don't like fish.
There's so many kinds.
There's so many kinds, but some people are like, I just don't eat things from the water. Truffle is one of those things that I love, but when people say they don't like it, I get it. I understand that.
Well, because it's like a strong.
It's literally stanky.
I love it though.
I love it.
I feel like every nice restaurant's like, oh, they put the truffle popcorn, the truffle parmesan fries. Like, it's like obvious, but like, I also like, I get it. I'm still going to order the truffle fries.
I want someone to truffle me.
I don't even know what that means.
I have no idea what that means.
When you worked at Casa d'Angelo in Aspen, didn't they have like a special truffle menu?
Okay. So here's the deal. So I worked at this like almost Michelin star Italian restaurant in Aspen, and they had white truffles. So if you know anything about truffles, white truffles are the expensive kind, and fresh truffles are more expensive than that. And they're also only available in a certain season, and they are like, there's only a limited amount. So it's actually hard to get any kind of amount of truffles, white truffles. And so I guess the owner of the restaurant got like a certain amount of white truffles during August, which is very hard to do. So since so many people come to Aspen on vacation and they're like rich and they're foodies, this is also during the Food and Wine Classic. So we had all the food and wine, everyone from around the country in Aspen. And people would literally come sit down and be like, hi, I'm Nick. I'll be your server. And they're like, shut up. I hear you have white truffles. It's August. Tell me how that's possible. And apparently there's a guy in Alba, Italy that knows where to get them in August in a certain cave. And he only has a certain amount, and he has struck a deal with Angelo, the owner, and that he has some like friend connection to the white truffles. But anyway, so they would order all these pastas. Now, usually the plates were really expensive there, but like you could get like the risotto, but like the truffle risotto with the shaved, and they would just come out and take a quick shave of the big truffle, like it was about the size of a softball, and it would just shave it off onto the pasta. It would go from like literally like $250 a plate.
But wasn't there like a 10-course tasting menu?
Yeah, it was. I forget how many courses it was, but you could set it up. And I actually never saw it because it was really expensive. A lot of people didn't order it, but yeah, it would make the entire restaurant just smell like truffle. Oof. And people would walk up the stairs into the restaurant, and I could see their face. They go, "Ooh," just like and I'm like, "Yeah, it's white truffle from Alba."
Well, honestly, this like truff hot sauce, I don't know how they were the first people to like be like, yeah, truffle and hot sauce. Like, it's a genius idea.
It is a genius idea. I wish we had like, we should buy truffle oil and just start putting it on things and see how it like adds to food. Because truffle nachos, that was the first time I've ever had that.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Put it on the menu for my future restaurant.
Truffle nachos.
See ya.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our favorite sushi restaurant in Aspen.
Oh.
They had a lobster truffle roll.
Yeah.
Which was, to be honest, life-changing. It
was the best food I've ever had. So Jing, it's a restaurant in Aspen that I used to work at. I used to bartend there, actually. And yeah, it's kind of Chinese, Japanese, full sushi bar though. And then it was mixed with like French
so the owner's Chinese.
Yeah, he's from Shanghai.
He's Frank. Frank like exclusively wears like vintage Fendi sweatshirts.
Yeah.
And he runs around going, sake bomb, sake bomb.
He's kind of, not to sound too insensitive, but he's kind of like that stereotypical like crazy rich Asian, you know? Just full Fendi, sake bomb, like truffle oil, lobster roll. It was literally awesome.
But so he's Chinese, but then it opened a sushi restaurant, but he was trained classically as a chef in France.
Yeah.
So that's why the menu has like a lot of like lobster and truffle inspired dishes, but then also like French soup dumplings, French onion soup dumplings, which is crazy.
Uh-huh. And on top of that, it was like a really fun party atmosphere there. And they also had an extensive wine list, which was awesome.
Well, I mean, you're not going to survive in Aspen
if you don't have an extensive wine list. Yeah.
I mean, I would say not almost everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the really fancy cocktail bars.
And then one of the other bartenders, he was like, yeah, I don't know shit about wine. And I was like, that's why I got hired. Okay.
Because people, if they walk into a nice restaurant in Aspen, the amount of money they're spending, they want to be able to have like nice wine wherever they go, and you should be able to speak to it.
I mean, the amount of times I've ordered the most expensive bottle of wine on the list as a restaurant that does not have a good wine list, meaning like I've spent $40 on a bottle of wine.
That's like in Brack. We don't have a ton of
No, that's what I mean.
nice.
You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, well, what's the nicest wine you have? because because I'm trying to have a dinner. Like I'm trying to have a nice dinner. Now in Aspen, I would never try to order the most expensive bottle of wine. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, you could literally. I mean, I don't even know like the most expensive bottle someone has for sale, but like it could range from like $3,000 to $20,000, and you could. I mean. You could buy a house on accident.
Well, at Casa d'Angelo, I saw people buying $1,200 bottles of wine and not even asking the price of it.
Oh, that's like
yeah.
for them.
You know, I'd be like, oh, price point? And they would just look at me and they go, whatever's fine. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, we had 2 full-time somms.
Full-time somms, yeah.
At all times at the restaurant, which is just...
Also, having a full-time somm that's like cool around you at all times to answer all my questions about wine was so nice. Sometimes I'd be like, I hope I'm not annoying them because I have so many questions about like wine and certain things. It's like, do they really want to talk about wine? You know, when they're not working, but like, come on. No,
they loved it.
I think they did.
Tim would teach us so much. Shout out to Tim. We got to have him
on. He taught me something. I don't know if I told you this, Francesca. My fun fact forever. It's been, okay, this is so interesting. Why do you never see Corona on tap?
Oh my gosh. Wait.
Hold up. Yeah.
Why?
Okay, I'll explain. This blew my mind. And shout out to Tim. We should definitely have him on the podcast. But he told me that because certain beers, the taste changes when it's in a clear bottle or exposed to sunlight. So Corona's known for having a pretty skunky taste, but not malty. And that's because Corona is served in a clear bottle and it's left in the sunlight to have that skunky flavor. And so if you kegged it and put it on tap, it wouldn't have that, and it would taste more of like a Pacifico. And that's why even like all Mexican cervezas does have a bit of skunkiness to it, and so they kind of want that exposure to the sunlight. But Corona even does that on purpose because it's their signature.
Wow!
And that's kind of like Corona. It's like served on the beach, and it's usually served in like really sunny areas. And so they like literally want it to be like that.
That's crazy.
Isn't that interesting?
What a little tidbit.
I know. He told me that, and like my mind was blown. You will never see Corona on tap.
Yeah, you never would.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of wine.
Oh, yes.
You guys, I have an announcement.
Francesca, what's new with you?
Well, you guys, I have yet another job.
The saga continues.
Yes, but this is like a real job in continuation from the winery I work at. So Carboy is now the biggest winery in Colorado. And they are moving into seltzers. They're taking over the sparkling category. And in 5 years, they become the biggest. We have 4 locations. And now I am the head of social media.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So Nick and I have been wanting to move into the wine space and get more involved. And then we all know like I live on social, and that's what I did in the past. So now it's just kind of like fusing the two. So I get to like live in the mountains.
Yum.
And not work now 9 to 5. But I have like a real big girl job. Like I'm about to try and make Carboy Winery the coolest winery to follow on Instagram. So I've got a big...
That is so fun. What's their handle?
Yeah, you guys follow us. It's about to get really cool. I'm not taking over for like 2 weeks. And I'm not totally taking over. I'm still working kind of with the girls who like run the tasting rooms and all the locations. But it's at Carboy Winery and at Carboy Brack. And then we also have seltzers. You're about to see a lot from us, but I wouldn't like be getting so involved in a company that I wasn't like obsessed with. Like, Nick, how good? Like,
their wine's super good. It's some of the best I've had. You know, I know it's from Colorado, but I've had some really bad Colorado wines, but these are good. And then they're even some better than some of the like California wines that you usually see on menus.
I like it way better than California. So
and I'm just like, ew.
They specifically take like grapes that can handle the high temperatures of our summers and then the low temperatures of our winters. But then their biggest thing is like they kind of make everything in like a very old world process, which is why we like it.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like new
didn't know
world
that.
grown, old world processes.
See, that's the shit.
No, you guys are wine's like unreal. And so follow us. We're about to do a ton of giveaways. I'm going to introduce you to their cold vine seltzers. But right now, like, you know, with sparkling, that's kind of the biggest thing we're going to move into is, you know, obviously Champagne, France, Prosecco from Italy, Cava from Spain. America doesn't really have any winery that's like just owned the sparkling category. And the grapes that grow in Colorado really lend themselves to sparkling.
Really?
Yeah. So they're new. We just purchased 2 vineyards and they invested in these huge tanks just specifically for sparkling because like sparkling used to just be for like special occasions.
Right.
And it's becoming an everyday drink now. So they want to, like when you think of sparkling American wine, you
think of Colorado?
Colorado Carboy specifically. So we're going to like, we champion Colorado wine because people don't know how good it is. Like it's right up there with like Washington and California, but like we're going to like take it to the next level.
We should, you know,
Yeah.
Should I just start working there? I'm just kidding.
Well, Nick and I have a kind of a plan for the next couple of years. We want to buy a house in Colorado and invest in wineries.
Yeah. I think that would be so fun and really champion, like, you know, let's get out of California with wine. I mean, I love California wine. I'm really not hating on it. I just think that there's like good wines all around. But that's exciting. So more to come on that.
I have like a whole big girl job again. And we're just, I don't know. It's so crazy, Nick. In 6 weeks, like I feel like everything is like kind of started to fall into place with us.
2022 has just been so fun because I don't know. Yeah. 6 weeks ago, we were sort of homeless, sort of not in the best space mentally, absolutely broke. And now here we are. So
I just in the past couple of weeks, like I'm almost mentally back to normal.
And that is a treasure.
I mean, we didn't know if like moving back to Colorado, like in the mountains, like I still have a lot of healing to do with mold illness, but like the fact that I was like debilitatingly depressed.
Yeah.
And now I'm just not again, which is
crazy.
insane.
It's really crazy. And people, I've even tried to explain it to people and people are like, that's not real. I'm like, okay, well, that's lovely that you think it's not real and you're definitely entitled to your opinion. But like, I mean,
you had to help me like help me like put on my shoes to leave the house. Like I was like fully like disabled for a bit. And then up here, I'm just fine.
But some guys at the bar said it's not real. So
yeah, so I guess it's not.
Yeah. So your lived experience, fuck it. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to take a shot of hot sauce.
Well, yeah. Hold up. Go.
Nick, what's coming up?
Okay, guys. So happy Aquarius season. My birthday is coming up February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. Same birthday as Shakira.
Wow.
I know, right? But yeah. And so it's in a week and I'm just not really sure what to do for my birthday. So if you guys have any suggestions, like let me know because I'm not really someone that likes to not do anything for my birthday. I love like a reason to like no good reason to celebrate, you know? And that's why I love New Year's Eve. It's kind of like you're not really celebrating anything. It's the new year, but like the new year is just like, you know, a numeral, but yet it's so fun. So in birthdays, like, yeah, I don't think they're that special, but at the same time, they make me feel really special.
I think they're the best. There's like some people that are like, oh, I hate my birthday. I never pay attention to it. I don't really care. And then like, there's people like us.
I know. We go so hard for our birthdays.
Yeah. Like, give me a crown. I want to tell everyone. I want to feel special. I want it to be an extravaganza. But like, we were raised by Trish Piazza.
Oh, yeah.
And our mother has birthday month.
January 28th, but all of January is birthday month.
And everything, it's like, oh, well, it's birthday month. Should I buy this? Should we have that? Should we go out to dinner again? It's like, well, it's birthday month.
Birthday month. Which I feel like is kind of like a good way to live. It's birthday month. Like, have fun. Do your shit, you know? Do what you want. So, I don't know, guys. Like, do you find like, because I know that there's people that look at, you know, our family and see how hard we go for birthdays and they roll their eyes. You know, like you're not special. You know who else has a birthday? Literally everyone else on the planet.
But I also love making my friends feel special for their birthday. So it's not just like this narcissistic make me feel special. Like I think it's really important that everybody has a day that they feel special.
For sure. What's wrong with that? Last year, my friends, we threw a party and they all like put my face on these shirts and they were all wearing them and they printed, I don't know, it was just super cute and I felt like really happy about it.
We got this like picture of Nick like drinking a martini in his tracksuit and then we like made iron-ons. We all like ironed them onto our shirts and then like wore them to a party.
I know. I actually never got one of those shirts and someone was like, Nick, I'm so offended I didn't get a shirt with your face on it. And I'm like, I didn't even get one. No one gave me one.
Oh, wow. I guess I didn't.
And people would like wear them around town too and be like, is that Nick? Yeah, that's Nick. But
that should be when we start doing merch. We'll just make one of those.
Happy birthday to Nick.
It's just Nick drinking his martini.
Oh my God.
In his tracksuit. It's funny.
That's funny. What's some of your favorite birthdays been?
Well, my 30th birthday, because here's one thing. Sometimes if other people aren't going to make your birthday special, you just have to make it special. You plan something fun and get the people to come. Like you can't rely on everybody else to
really
make you feel
can't.
special. No, you can't. You're going to be let down.
You will be.
And it's really cool. Yeah. If like, once in your life, someone throws you a big surprise party. But like every year, you can't just rely on other people. So like, I'm a big proponent of like plan something cool and make the people come. So I rented out a roller skating rink. And it was Studio 54 themed.
Francesca, it was kind of iconic.
It was so fun. And I hired a DJ. And literally all of our friends, which like half my friends, so I used to take acting classes in St. Louis. And then like all my friends were either gay men or actors. So like you tell these people to dress up as Studio 54 from like the 70s and they're on it.
People showed the fuck up.
Oh, they did.
And like they were like, how much does it cost to rent a whole stadium? We're like, shh.
Yeah.
Just as fine.
But it was like deep. Was it South County?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like that expensive. Like they let me rent it out for a whole Saturday night and it wasn't crazy.
And then it came to like our cutoff point in the night.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you only have until like midnight." And I was like, "What if I give you like an extra few $100s?" Like, will you? And they were like, "Yeah, we'll stay open."
I think you handed him a $50 bill, and he gave us another hour.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
It like wasn't.
Our parents were there. Mm-hmm. We were like, everybody was just skating around, like getting rowdy.
That was so much fun. Yeah, that was a really good one. And our dentist came.
Yeah. Shout out to Blake Ayers. Our dentist was also on Temptation Island. And he's also like a big like Burning Man guy.
Yeah.
So like, of course, he showed up in the outfit.
Oh, yeah. He was in like a full like tight singlet with a giant afro. I was like, oh my God.
He had it with a full length fur coat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's incredible. Yeah, that was so much fun.
What are your favorite birthdays?
Well, I have some funny stories. So in college, actually my college roommate, he had the same birthday as me. And I was always like, oh my God, Brandon, like your birthday is coming up. And I love your birthday, Brandon. We have to do the most special thing for your birthday when it's like, my birthday too.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then he'd be like, no, Nick, your birthday's coming up and we have to do something special for your birthday. I'm like, oh my God. But actually, Excision, the DJ, played in Albuquerque on our birthday 3 years in a row. And I don't even really love Excision. It's like really heavy dubstep.
I'm the dubstep lover of this pair.
And it's like dirty.
Yeah,
and
the more it sounds like a garbage disposal, like the more I'm into it.
Yeah. And it's like 100,000 watts of bass. And but so it's weirdly like Excision's kind of like a birthday DJ. Like I don't know. He plays for my birthday. I wonder if he's still in Albuquerque actually coming up next week. But I do have a story. This is a very special story about something that happened on my birthday.
Everyone gather around.
Okay. Take a seat. So I've probably said it before on this podcast, but I am absolutely obsessed with Lady Gaga. I am a Gaga stan, a little monster, the whole 9 yards. And I've been since 2007. Anyway, so back in high school, my senior year, she releases her tour dates for the Born This Way Ball. February 2nd, 2013, St. Louis, Missouri. I said, I'm going to shit. So I was
This
like,
isn't the one I chaperoned you to.
no, that was the first time we saw her.
Yeah,
that
I
was
like because Nick was
2
like a
years
little
before.
child, and I had to chaperone him to like his first Lady Gaga concert.
Yeah, I was 16, and we brought friends and stuff. But I felt like you and I were like down to go hard, but my friends were kind of like not Gaga obsessed, and I felt like, I just wish we had more like Gaga fans. But anyway, so for 18, my 18th birthday, I see Gaga, and now I had like nosebleed seats that were $500, and we got them when they came out. I don't know why they were so expensive, but my parents bought them for me. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for my 18th birthday, and we were up there, and I was with a friend, but he was with some other friends, and so we got like drinks at his house before. And then I was going around basically by myself, just kind of in the crowd. In Lady Gaga concerts, everyone's dressed up. It's like a giant drag show, basically, where everyone's the drag queen. And it's fucking fire. But it's also kind of like goth, because Gaga really like pulls out like the punks and the goths and a lot of like alt people. But also like the really like mainstream like gay daddies come out, It's like really fun. And
the gay daddies are mainstream for Nick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess they're not, but like, the Britney Spears lovers and everyone. So I'm like walking around, and now they have the Gaga stage. She would have like a thrust stage, like a catwalk that came around like the pit, and she called it the Monster Pit. And those tickets, I kid you not, were over $1,000. And so I'm walking around. I'm like, for my birthday, I need to get down into that Monster Pit. But you had to get like your ticket would give you a wristband, and then the wristband would bring you to security, and then security would take you down like an elevator to get there. And so I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to do it. So I'm walking around, and I'm like basically trying to I'm talking to like the janitors and like the people taking out the trash. I'm like, hey, how do I get down there? And they're like, no, you know how much those tickets cost? There's no way you were getting down there. I was like, okay. So I walked to this table. It was like these 3 girls. I was like, I need to get down there. And then she was like, do you know how much those cost? I was like, I know, but it's like my birthday. I'm 18. She was like, it is not your birthday. I was like, no, it is literally my 18th birthday tonight. So I pull out my ID, and I'm like, look, here we are. She's like, oh shit, it is your birthday. And so these 2 girls were like, and they look at the 3rd girl behind them, who was like probably their manager. And they go, what do you think? And she's like, oh my God, no way. And I was like, come on. And she was like, let me see your ID. So she looks at it. She looks at me and she goes, shit, give him a wristband. I was like, oh my God. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Nick, I don't think I knew this.
Oh, I snuck down in the Monster Pit. So I sneak down, and I'm by myself at this point because no one's coming to where I can go. Like everyone.
This
like
is the most Piazza thing I've ever
I know.
heard.
Like
Dad
guys,
would be so proud.
I'll see you later. So then I get down there, I'm by myself, and I run into a group of gay dads, and they are just all over me, and they are just like big, hairy, and burly, and they're like, you're so cute, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm kind of like nervous around them, and they're like, well, how old are you? I'm like, well, I turned 18 tonight, and they're like, oh, you're 18. I'm like, these men were about to eat me alive, okay? And I'm just like talking with them and stuff. Gaga is like literally 10 feet from me, and I'm like, oh, this is the best birthday ever. This is so exciting. Gaga does this really cool thing where she can make a stadium feel like an intimate dive bar. And she says this, play a stadium like a dive bar and a dive bar like a stadium. And that's why not only is she so theatrical and extra, but she really is so normal and down to earth. And so she stops, and, she has her hands above her head, and, she's doing this pose, and she's just like, St. Louis, what the fuck is up? And everyone's like, screaming and screaming and screaming. And then the dads behind me literally go, 1, 2, 3, it's my birthday. 1, 2, 3, it's my birthday. I go, what? Stop. And so Gaga starts walking away, and all of a sudden she stops, and she turns around all sassily, and she's like, wait, whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it? And they're all pointing to me. And I'm like, oh my God. And she goes, you, is it your birthday? Pointing directly at me. And I don't think this actually happened, but I just imagine like the gay dads just like caught me, but probably not. But she's like, is it your birthday? I'm like nodding my head, yes. And she's like, really? And she goes, are you from St. Louis? I was like, yeah. And she said again, she's like, are you from St. Louis? Is St. Louis your city? Which I don't know. I feel like Gaga is like really big into like cities and like being where you're from. I just kind of love that she like made sure that like I was from St. Louis. And I was like, yeah. She goes, all right, St. Louis, let's sing him a happy birthday. And the whole stadium sung me a happy birthday, including her. And it was at that moment where I feel like I just transcended into heaven, and that was it. That was the end of my life.
Like, what are the happiest moments of your entire life?
It was really crazy.
That's pretty hard to top.
I mean, so I've always thought about like if I ever saw GaGa in person, like what would I ever say to her? Because I don't want to be like, oh my God, I'm such a big fan. But I think what I would do, I would say, hey, by the way, you sung me happy birthday on my 18th birthday. Thank you. You know?
Oh, I love that.
Good opener. Yeah. I'm actually really nervous about meeting GaGa. I don't know if I ever will, but if I do, I mean, just even the thought kind of like makes me kind of buckle at the knees. But like Miley Cyrus, I could meet Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, I feel like we'd be
we'd be fine.
pals with her.
Like literally anyone else, like Obama, like whatever. Hi, Obama. But like, I don't really care. But GaGa, I don't know. But yeah, who was you fangirl over?
I don't know, Nick. We talked about this last time. Remember we tried to like figure out who I would stan? We were talking about
Oh,
Stan.
yeah.
I don't know who I'm like obsessed with.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's really hard to be like obsessed with a human. Like, I know some people feel that way, but like, I don't know. Like, you have to be. I feel like a part of me that doesn't want to meet Lady Gaga just because, like, you know, what if she's not who I think she is?
Yeah, kind of like, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Well, we still have to plan your birthday this week.
I know.
We have things to do today.
We really do.
Like, we're about to send it to Denver and go to all the Carboys.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go meet the CEO, tour Littleton. Then I'm going to go to Denver. And then we're going to Angelo's Tavern, which is my favorite restaurant in Denver, which Carboy also owns, which is insane.
Isn't that lovely?
It just like things have really just fallen together. And then we're going to see our friend DJ at the Black Box.
What a day.
I know.
Day off.
We got to get a move on. We have like outfits to put on. Oh, we didn't switch the loads, the laundry.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
I
meant to do that before the podcast. Well, you guys.
Thanks for listening to our birthday stories.
Yeah. We got more stuff coming up. Yep. We're furnishing. Nick and I are about to buy an ostrich feather pink lamp for the corner.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm. We have some giant longhorns coming from my antiques dealer because that's my priorities in life right now.
Longhorns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah. Till next week, guys.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
See you later.